Hey, Bob here. It's the 29th of November, 2025, second to last day of the month. It's Saturday, and Monday morning, December 1st, I will be having brain surgery to remove a benign meningioma, which is somewhere behind my forehead, inside of my brain cavity, inside of my skull. And that meningioma, which is a mass or a tumor, non-cancerous, hopefully it's a category 1, but it's pressing on my optic nerve, which has been causing my right eye to go blind. So I wanted to make this video because right now I'm still me. Been doing a lot of hiking lately, trying to stay calm and keep myself from not thinking about brain surgery. It's been difficult, to say the least. I got the diagnosis probably somewhere around the 28th or so of October. Saw the brain surgeon on Halloween, October 31st. He said it was about 2 centimeters by a half a centimeter, so that translates to maybe a little over an inch in diameter and maybe a little over a half inch thick. It's most likely a slow growing tumor. I've probably had it for several years, maybe as many as 3, 4, 5 years. And it didn't manifest any problems until my right eye started to lose sight. This happened somewhere around May or June of 2024 when we were out in Utah and Arizona and Colorado on a hiking trip. So ever since then, the doctors have been trying to figure out what's wrong with my cornea. And after 3 doctors that really didn't even consider that it could have been something in my brain, I finally went to the 4th doctor, Dr. Robert Kraut, who's a retina guy. He actually lives less than a mile from me. And he was the one that thought it might be something more sinister. And eventually he sent me to Dr. number 5. And Dr. number 5 thought it might have been a little mini stroke in my optic nerve. And then he sent me to Dr. number 6, his partner, Dr. Auerbach or Auerbach, and he sent me to get an MRI. So it took 6 doctors and over a year, well over a year and a half, 6 doctors to get one doctor that said, I think you might want to get an MRI. So I'll address that later as far as those doctors that really threw me on a wild goose chase. Thanks to Dr. Kraut, Dr. Thomas, and Dr. Auerbach, who sent me finally to Dr. Melvin Field, a neurosurgeon in Orlando. He's with Advent Health. And it was pretty scary when Dr. Field walked into the room with kind of a goofy smile on his face, and he looked at us kind of in a funny way, us meaning my wife and I, and said, wait a minute, let me go get the model of the brain. Let me go get my brain, he said, as a kind of a joke. And he left the room and he came back with a model of a brain. And he showed me what was going on. And right beside that was his computer with my MRI. And you could clearly see the meningioma, which is somewhere back here. So it was pretty scary. I'm like, holy crap. I'm 71 years old and I can't believe this is happening to me. And then, you have the questions of why God, why me? And you feel sorry for yourself and you're in shock for about 2 days and then you finally start to cope with it. I've had just about a month now, a little over a month, to come to grips with my current destiny. I will be going this Monday, December 1st, 2025. I will be going to Advent Health Hospital. I will be getting intravenous ports put in, Johnny, MRI, so that they can find out exactly where to go into my skull. And then the surgery will begin after the MRI and I think they call it targeting or something. Essentially, the surgeon wants to know where to go into my skull. And it's not a cut and dry, no pun intended, surgery. It's a little tricky because this mass is resting on top of my optic nerve, pituitary gland, and carotid arteries. They all go right to this little area, right in here somewhere. I'm not a doctor. The first couple of weeks after finding out, I tried to avoid watching YouTube videos on meningiomas and surgery for it, etc. I did get the risks from Dr. Field, who's doing the surgery. Apparently, it has a success rate. The surgery has a success rate, which is very high, 95%. So I'm real happy about that. I have a 1% chance of having a stroke and a 5% chance of other things going wrong, possibly. Also, he may not get it all out because of the way it's attached. He has to be very careful not to upset an optic nerve because they're very small and very thin. And it looks like there's 2 optic nerves from each eye. I don't know. I'm just, based on the little bit of research that I've done. So anyway, right now I am me. Some people call me Bob. Some people call me Des. Some people call me Daddy. Some people call me Hun. Some people call me Robert. In the guitar world, I go as Bob. In the photography world, which I am a photographer, I go as Bob, but my family always referred to me as Rob. So I wanted to make this video because this is who I am my whole life. You're looking at him. And there is a chance that after the surgery, I might not be the same person. There's always that chance once they go in your brain. And I'm going to spare you of the gory details, but it's major surgery. It's not some going through the nostril or, a little cut here, or sometimes they do this eyebrow entrance. I think it's called the keyhole entrance. But my surgeon doesn't like that because it can mess up your forehead and give you wrinkles that weren't there before. So he does it a different way. He has to cut my scalp and go in from the front, cut a hole in my skull. And not looking forward to it. Thankfully, I'll be asleep, I hope, if the anesthesia works. So I guess I just wanted to do a before video before the surgery, now that it's less than 24 hours away. Right now it's 1:30 just about on Saturday the 29th of November 2025. So I will be in surgery in 2 days. The operation can last up to 8 hours long. Some people it takes longer, some people it takes shorter. But it's a major deal. I'll be in the hospital 3 to 4 days if all goes well. I will have a scar on the top of my head, which I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. However, there won't be any scars on this beautiful face you see, from what I understand. And I'm joking, of course, about the beautiful face. But yeah, so, I'll be wearing a hat to cover up the scar if I get out of this okay. I'm hoping that I get some of the right eyesight back, and I'm hoping that I don't lose any of the left eyesight. I see perfectly out of this eye right now, and out of this eye, I see about 30%. I can see everything in the room, but everything is sort of hazy looking, and it's gotten worse through the months as this tumor gets a little bit bigger. I'm hoping that the tumor is a category 1, WHO 1, which means it's benign and it's slow growing. I'm hoping that's what it is. There are 3 categories, 1, 2, and 3, WHO, which stands, I think, for World Health Organization. But in any case, this video isn't going to go into my whole life or anything. I am a husband, a father of 2 children, 2 grown children, daughter Elizabeth, who is 40, and son Luke, who is 42. I have a wonderful wife who I've been married to for 47 years, and we dated for 5 years before that. So my wife and my kids are my whole life. My guitar making is my sort of second or third career. My first career is professional photography. That's what brought us to Florida, the Walt Disney World Company, and many of you know that story. I won't go into it, but spanning 25 years, I worked for Disney full-time, got laid off after 6.5 years, then went to contracts for them, was hired back almost immediately. And then I came back as a part-time cast member for a couple of years, between 98 or 9 to 2000, 2001, in that area. Definitely 2000 and 2001. About 2 years I came back as a part-time cast member doing photography on a lesser level. And then I got a third career with Disney starting in 2007, doing creative photos for advertising and for sale, creating photographic products that we could sell to guests. And they brought me back, and I worked from 2007 until the end of 2012. And I decided not to renew my contract for 13. I didn't like where the department that I was working for at the time, Disney Photo Imaging, I didn't like where they were heading, and they had had enough of me as well. It was kind of an amicable split. But in any case, and I started making guitars in somewhere around 92, and I'm still making guitars. I'm finishing it up. I'm retiring and moving on. Now, these guitars behind me, I made almost all of them, And I still have a little bit of French polishing to do on some of them, and I've got a couple up here to finish. And but essentially, I'm retired from guitar making now, the business. And I plan on spending whatever time I have left. Hopefully, I'll come out of this surgery and I can move on. But I hope to spend that time doing a little more traveling, and just enjoying life and not worrying about guitars or pictures. I'll probably continue to shoot pictures, and I'll probably continue to delve in guitars a little bit, but I won't be taking repairs. I won't be making new guitars for customers. I will eventually sell my inventory, but I'm in no hurry to do that. So this is Bob, and this is who I am now. And I'm not sure I'm going to be this guy after surgery. So I'm just putting it out there. Another interesting thing about the meningioma that's inside of my head. I've had some bouts with memory, maybe the last 5 years. I'll be thinking of something, and all of a sudden, boom, it'll escape me. And I'll think to myself, what the hell was I just thinking of? And I know it's gone because it's happened enough times. It's kind of a regular thing. Now, it doesn't really affect my day-to-day memory. I'll just be thinking about something. Perhaps I'm thinking about a person that I saw on the trail while I was hiking. And maybe I stopped and talked with that person, and I'll be thinking about that, and all of a sudden, boom, it goes away. So I'm thinking that perhaps this meningioma, this tumor, this mass, I'm thinking that perhaps it is causing this little memory blip, because it's almost like turning on a light switch and turning off a light switch. It's like, boom, it just goes away, whatever I'm thinking of. And then I can't get it back. Usually I can't get it back. So I'm thinking that this meningioma is not only pressing on my optic nerve, but it's pressing on something else inside the front part of my brain that maybe controls memory or short-term memory, whatever, not sure. But that's about it. That's all I wanted to say. Wish me luck Monday morning, December 1st, 2025. I'm not allowed to shave for 3 days, so I'm going to be pretty scruffy when I go into the operating room. But of course, not looking forward to this. But on the same token, I can't wait to get it over with. I had to pick a surgeon. He was recommended to me by Dr. Nember, by neuro-ophthalmologist. His name was Dr. I think it's David Auerbach. And he said, this is the guy you want to go to. He scratched his name on a prescription sheet, and all he wrote was Melvin Field. And he said, this is the guy you want to see, Bob. This is the guy that's going to take care of you. So I did a little bit of research, and he had pretty good ratings, like 4.8. I did meet him. He was a little goofy, but then he got very serious. And I'm a pretty serious guy, and we were looking eye to eye, and he didn't blink once, and neither did I. So I was very attentive when he was telling me what was going on, and what he was going to do. And it was pretty gory. I was thinking to myself, I can't believe I was sitting here across from a brain surgeon. Interestingly, when I was a child, I grew up in Scituate, Mass. And I lived in this beautiful little coastal community called Minot, Mass. Minot. And I was 3 blocks from the beach. I had the country club, the golf course down the end of the street. We were members. I had a pretty posh childhood, and it was great. And one of the roads within that square, it's about maybe a quarter of a mile by a quarter of a mile kind of square. And there were many roads within that square. One of them was called Grasshopper Lane. And there was this girl who grew up in a family on Grasshopper Lane, and she was young, like a teenager, and she had a brain tumor. And that scared the living crap out of me because I was friends with her family and I think her brother. And I think her name was Melinda. And I think she had Down syndrome. I think she was Down syndrome as well. But she had a brain tumor. And I was always petrified of that word, brain tumor. And never in my wildest imagination did I think that this would someday be affecting me. In fact, a meningioma it's non-cancerous, usually 97% of the time. They're non-cancerous, stage 1, WHO1. However, they're also dangerous. It's not a cakewalk. He's not going to go into my head and take a forceps or take a tweezer and grab this thing and just pull it out. It's not like an egg in there. He's going to have to go in there and very carefully detach it. And he might not get it all because it gets too dangerous around the optic nerve and the carotid arteries coming right up and right into this area. So I have to trust the surgeon. I don't know a ton about him. I would say he's in his early 50s to mid 50s at the most. He has a good reputation. He was recommended by Dr. Number 6, who I liked, David Auerbach. And there's a level of trust here. I don't want to be flying to New York to see Dr. Cece or flying to Miami or driving to Miami to go to the famous institute down there, whose name is escaping me at the moment. Nor do I want to go to California to see the world-renowned surgeon. I want to stay here and trust in God and trust in this guy's credentials and his talent. And so I'm essentially putting my life into this man's hands, and I'm hoping that everything comes out okay. So I think that's all I wanted to say. Right now, I'm me. And after Monday, hopefully I'll still be me, with scars on the top of my head. And I'm also hoping for the best. I'm hoping that I get some of this eyesight back. Hopefully the optic nerve doesn't have too much atrophy, which is death. Maybe it'll come back somewhat. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping the tumor gets out of there. And I might have to follow it up with stereotactic radiation, which is, I think, Gamma Knife. If they don't get it all, they will do an MRI after surgery. Before surgery, they'll do one Monday morning, and after surgery, they'll do one to see, what they got. And whatever's left over after I heal, a month or so from now, they will go in and pinpoint exactly where they have to radiate, and they will radiate. I think it's called Gamma Knife. I'm not at that point yet. We didn't go into that too much, although he did tell me that it's very possible that he'll have to do that. And then they'll just monitor it for the rest of my life. If it is a WHO Class 1 meningioma, It's a slow-growing meningioma. I think it has like a 9% chance of coming back. I think the fact that it'll come back again is 9%. But they will be taking an MRI of my brain once or twice a year and following new growth of that meningioma, if should it grow, and it may very well. And then if it starts to grow again, they'll zap it with Gamma Knife, is the way I'm guessing, so that it doesn't grow again. So this is my how would I put this? I got dealt a bad card here, but I am 71. I feel really good, except for my sore back, which I have a back problem. I got a few aches and pains, but I'm still moving and walking a lot and hiking. And I haven't worked on a guitar for several months, 3 or 4 months. They're back here, up here behind me on the wall. They're waiting for me. They're waiting for my attention. But I would rather work on them with this eye being better. So I'll take the chance that I retain my good eyesight and improve my bad eyesight. And that would be the best scenario for me. I hope that I can walk afterwards, because some people have problems with balance, and it could affect, surgery can affect memory. It can affect a lot of things: hearing, eyesight, speech, motor skills. This is not a walk in the park. So this is why I'm making this video. I'm very aware of the risks, but I don't feel like I have a choice. I can't leave it in there because it's growing. Eventually it'll make this eye go blind, and it'll just keep making things worse and worse. It has to come out. I don't have a choice. And it can't be done arthroscopically through the nostril. They do have to go into my skull. So I'm hoping today is Saturday, and I'm hoping to sit here next Saturday and tell you all how I'm doing. That would be Saturday the 6th of December. I'm hoping I'm home by Wednesday or Thursday, and I'm hoping for the best. That's all I can say. So just wanted to give you all an update, and I wanted to record this primarily because I am me right now, and I don't know if I'll be the same person after surgery. Okay? I'm a little bit scared. I haven't cried once. I'm very logical, and I accept the cards that I'm given. And obviously, one of the funny things is we were in the middle of moving. We're about ready to close on a brand new house, new to us, 11-year-old house. And we decided to pull out of it. So we lost our $1,000 deposit. We lost our $700 home inspection. And interestingly, that house is still for sale, which is interesting because who knows? It might still be available after I get through this thing, and we might just pull the trigger on it if it is available. We've been wanting to move for several reasons. We've been in this house for 37 years, and it's been fantastic, but we want to move to a community where they take care of the maintenance, and it's a beautiful community, Heritage Hills in Claremont, Florida. And so it may just be that we'll still buy the house we pulled out of about a month ago. We were 4 days from closing on that house. And we just didn't want to do brain surgery, buy a new house, and sell this one all at the same time. We could handle 2 of those 3, but not 3 of them. It would be too much. So I'm kind of in a limbo with my life right now. I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of hiking, a lot of walking and hiking, and some Disney, and little to no work of any creative purpose. Any work I've done has been around the yard, lawn and those kind of things, yard work, pool work, that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping to sit here in a week. I'm hoping I am me. I'm hoping I have the strength to sit here in a week. And I probably will wear a hat so I don't freak people out, because I will have a big scar up here. I'm 6 feet tall, so most people won't see it anyway, unless you're 6 feet or above. You'll be looking up at it. But in any case, I'm hoping to sit here in a week feeling physically just as good, except for maybe some facial pain or headache, whatever. I don't know yet. I'm hoping this thing isn't going to beat me to the ground like my ablation heart surgery did in 2015. That almost did me in, but I'm hoping that this isn't going to do that. So anyway, I'll say goodbye, and for now, hopefully not for good. And I'll say it with a smile. I've had a fantastic life, and no regrets other than a few bad decisions I made along the way, but nothing catastrophic. And I am positive about this, and I'm hoping for the best, and I hope I'll be back on the trails very soon. Okay? Bob checking out, and thanks for watching.